This is the Ford Highlight of the Week.
Hey, for that, let's take it to Tahoe. Oh, my gosh. Oh, look at that. That's Charles Barkley, and as he likes to call it, his game, terrible. But the swing wasn't the worst part for Barkley. And man, Warrior fans up there, they were just all over him for just ripping the Warriors' style of play.
The only thing been annoying is all these Golden State Warrior fans want to talk so much now about jump shooting teams.
They did win a title.
And they did, that's all. So congratulate them and tell them to shut the hell up screaming dubs. You know, they had a great year, Steve and Steph and Clay, they had a great year. But they don't have to keep saying it over and over again. It's annoying.
We're in their neck of the woods, though.
Just tell them to shut the hell up, please.
Hey, Diamond Leung, Warrior Scribe is joining you. You're perfect to have for this. Because what is it with Charles? I mean, it's almost like a going joke now. You think he really hates the Warriors?
Right. I don't think so. What he'll say is that he's been saying this bit for years.
True.
Right. He's always had a thing for big men, anti-jump shooting teams, and that's proven out over the past. What the Warriors will say and have proven now is that things have changed. You can win by going small, and they proved that.
You're here not just because you're like, hey, Vern, you're a good guy, I'm coming on with you. You've got a book out. It's called Golden Boys, and this is truly a Bay Area News Group collaboration. A chance to guys get your reporter's badge, just trying to re-rack and just kind of put it all in print for everybody.
It's really just a compilation of just kind of the dream season for the Warriors, if you will, and just a collection of all the hard work that our staff put in. Our photographers did an amazing job, and you can see it just by flipping through the book, and our columnists as well, obviously.
Can you put a finger as to maybe why this was the Warriors' time? All the planets were aligned just right for this run.
I think everybody got better. Starting with Steph Curry, a guy who was kind of, obviously known as a shooter, but really stepped it up on defense this past season. Stayed healthy. A bunch of guys had career years. And Steve Kerr, as he got through his rookie season as a head coach, got better as well. He learned from the staff around him. And by playoff time, he was making adjustments and ordering changes that worked really well. So it was just unbelievable how things really turned out well for them.
Speaking of adjustments, and I mean, you get into it a little bit on the book. I mean, here's a guy, Steve Kerr. He goes from playing, goes to the broadcast booth, goes to coaching. Dude had to learn to diagram plays on the chalkboard before he addressed the team.
Right. He talked about that at the start of the season. Now, a lot of that is the aw shucks thing. But don't be fooled. I mean, he's quite a basketball mind, and I think that over time during the season, you saw him, even settle in even more. Just being able to use his voice, have the guys respect him. And that really all started in the offseason as well. He really got to know those guys, flew out all the way to Australia to meet Andrew Bogut and really built those bridges. And it paid off in the end when he had to, for instance, bench Andrew Bogut and not get any kind of flack for it.
And for whatever reason, it just seemed to work. Hey, speaking of knowing guys, you got history with the offseason, I guess, big contract baby and Draymond Green. You go back to Michigan State with this guy, huh?
Right, yeah. Just a couple years ago, as he was finishing out his senior season, I started on the Michigan State basketball beat. So got to know him really well in terms of what he was all about. He was a National Player of the Year there for Michigan State, and I think I remember asking him, "Do you think you're going to be a lottery pick?" And it's kind of like, okay, he wasn't a guy that was quite at that level, but if you turn out and you look at the redraft and where he should have gone, it's not too far from there.
How about you, when you saw him at Michigan State and then saw the evolution of Money Green 23, that's his Twitter handle, did you say to yourself, maybe back at Michigan State, oh, second-round pick, huh? I know something that nobody else knows. You just watch and wait for the show to begin.
I think maybe for people that watched him throughout his career, you thought he was going to play better than being a second-round pick. But even the steps he's taken in terms of being able to guard some of the top players in the world, no matter the size, that part to me is still pretty amazing.
You've got the hustle and bustle of having to be with this team on the road, just the rigorous schedule. And in this business, we all have what we like to call go-to guys in the clubhouse that you can go to win or lose, and get a good usable quote or soundbite. Who's that guy for you on the Warriors team? Somebody you could go to and really get something out of.
Right. Well, I think Andrew Bogut's one of those guys who's always willing to express his opinion. One guy I like speaking to as well is Maurice Spates, a guy who's always willing to speak his mind and just tell it like it is. Really has a good pulse on what's going on with the team and willing to say it as well. So
what's the story behind the nickname Mo Buckets?
Well, if you remember Maurice Spates, the previous season didn't play well at all.
No.
Was kind of out of shape. And this past season, he came right off the bench in any role and just started scoring. And what happened was, I believe the coaches gave him that nickname maybe in a film session, and it just kept on going. Like, he lived up to it, and he was a guy that could go from not playing at all to coming off the bench and helping them to victories. Moving
forward and looking ahead, there's going to be all kinds of people that maybe pick the Warriors kind of at the top. But if you just take a step back and look at it realistically, who are the contenders for this upcoming season?
Well, the Warriors are certainly right up there in terms of being able to repeat, but obviously the big name is San Antonio. Obviously, with championship experience, brought a lot of good players in during free agency, namely LaMarcus Aldridge, brought back Tim Duncan, brought back Manu Ginobili. So I think they're going to be difficult for the Warriors to contend with. You have Oklahoma City, where if they stay healthy, they still have Kevin Durant, still have Russell Westbrook, and look at the Clippers as well. The Clippers saw kind of a seesawing DeAndre Jordan decide to come back to them, and all of a sudden now they're much improved as well, seemingly.
Final thought as we bring it back full circle. We started the segment with Charles Barkley. I will ask you, what has your conference call dealings with Sir Charles been like?
Oh, they were very interesting.
Yeah?
Anybody that listened to the conference call knows that he mentioned my name as well,
right,
in some sort of adult terms. But no, Charles is obviously very good at what he does, and has obviously stoked the fires of Warriors fans. So if you're looking at it from a ratings perspective, it's great stuff.
Yeah, you got to look at it like, hey, Charles called me out. Hey, by name in a conference call. I've truly made it.
That he did.
No. But hey, you got this book, Dynamite. It's Golden Boys. Go out and get it. It's the complete Golden State Warriors story, the 2015 championship season, all for the amazingly low price of $14.95. And as I like to say, on newsstands now.
It is.
Awesome. Hey, good stuff, man. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Vern. Appreciate it.
Okay, Diamond Leung joining us right here on Game Day. As far as the rest of the golf, what is going on in Tahoe and locally? We got a local golf tournament as well. All that coming up. More Game Day after this.